Hello friends, so these are the questions related to Mantra Softech, which is basically a hardware company and build like biometrics and iris related or the sensor related product. So this company come to my college, and this was asked by the company like for the on campus hiring. So for the electronics and electrical branch, they ask this kind of questions. Firstly, these are related all with the electronics related question, like, and so let's start. So in basic electronics question, they ask, firstly they ask me about like tell me about yourself, so I give the answer. Then they ask about what is resistor, and like I give the answer related to what is resistor. And then they ask me that how the resistor opposes the flow of current, and then what is capacitor, then how the capacitor store the charges. Then they ask me to tell me the relation between how when we increase the distance between the plates, then what will be effect, uh, the effect occurs on the charges basically. So then after they ask me about the capacitor is voltage lagging or leading, and why. uh, each question they ask, and I provide the answer. So they go deeply into that, and asking me like why this is happening and how this is happening. So uh, so you all have to uh, keep this as a point. And then after they ask me about what is inductor, and how inductor store charges, and again similar to the as in capacitor, like is it voltage lagging or leading and why. Then then basically they uh, go deeper into the basic electronics question, like what is diode and how it is working, and then p-n junction diode, and half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. They ask me to draw the diagram, and also they tell me to draw the input as well as the output diagram. And then they ask me about briefly about that how this is happening. Okay, and then go ask about the Zener diode, and then transistors, BJT, JFET, and MOSFET. These are the basic questions which they ask me from the basic electronics. Then they jumped into the digital electronics question and asked me about what is mux, demux, like multiplexer and demultiplexer, and how they are using, uh, like what are the uses of mux and demux, and then encoder, decoder. Then they ask me about JK flip flop and tell me to draw the diagram and explain how, like explain its truth table, like how the memory is happening for like 00 in uh, SR flip flop, and like similar for the SR flip flop and JK flip flop. Then uh, then they also give us to like some conversions related to like binary to hexadecimal, hexadecimal to binary, octal to like binary, and this kind of normal conversions. And then they ask about what is universal gate, like as we all know that NAND gate and NOT gate are universal gates, so why they are called universal. So yeah, this kind of question. Then RAM and ROM. Then they ask me related to like op-amp related question, which is like what is op-amp, inverting, non-inverting op-amp, summing amplifier. They asked me to draw the diagram of summing amplifier, and also they told me like is it possible to like uh, do attenuation using the amplifier circuit. Yeah, and ask me simple numerical, like how to convert 2 volt into 10 volts, like by using like amplifier we can do it. And then they ask me about what is a microprocessor and microcontrollers, and what is clock frequency. And then these are some extra questions which I forgot to write before. So these are like what is active device, passive device, what do you mean by potential, what is negative, what do you mean by like negative voltage current. And they also ask me about my final year. So yeah, thank you. These are the questions which are asked by like this company, and these all questions are related to the first round. So be prepared for the company, like they basically asking the basic but go deeply into the questions, and want to know the knowledge of your electronics like background, that what you have learned so far. So just clear your basics, and yeah, also focus on these questions, and this will help you to crack the company. And also these are the basics questions which are asked by various hardware companies. So yeah, this will help you in future also. So yeah, thank you.